When you look at an Albuquerque map, you notice how jagged the city limits are, especially in the north and then down in the south valleys. You don't know if you're on city or county land from one block to the next, and sometimes cops and firefighters don't know either. That can be a real problem. News 13's Kim Holland tonight shows you on special assignment.
He is complaining that he does not have any units there yet.
A frustrated driver.
The response is terrible.
Pleading with the 911 operator for help.
I called 911 multiple times.
We have an officer on the way.
Another man doing the same on another call on a different day.
Oh, you guys are the county. That's what I need, and you guys still haven't responded.
What causes these delays? How could it take emergency crews nearly an hour to get to an emergency call?
There's no excuse for that to happen because it's a matter of life or death.
Long call delays in these two cases and others boils down to one thing. Which side of the line are you on?
We're talking about city-county lines involving city police and county deputies and city and county fire crews.
It's simply a dispatch problem that needs to be fixed.
When you call 911 in the metro area,
do you happen to have her date of birth?
Your call is routed to either a city or county dispatcher.
We can type in an intersection and that'll tell us whether if you're heading in a direction or going somewhere, that'll tell us who it belongs to.
But take the call last January where a 76-year-old man crashed in the North Valley near Paseo and Edith.
Went through the fence, stumbled out of the car, front end's wrecked.
It was midday and a bicyclist who saw the wrecked car called 911 and talked to a county dispatcher.
All right, so we'll get someone out there to help him out, all right?
That dispatcher handed the call off to the city because the accident was within city limits.
But when the caller biked back through the area 40 minutes later, there were no fire trucks, no ambulances, no police officers to help the elderly man. Frustrated, he called 911. County transferred him to city dispatch.
Sir, APD is responding to that, so let me get you over to them, okay?
Finally, crews arrived.
One thought they had responded, and the other one thought that they had gotten it, and there was a confusion there.
The city and county fire departments have a new policy where the closest unit is supposed to respond, no matter if the call is in the county or the city. But the fire union says the policy mostly exists on paper. Union Vice President Robert Sanchez says the elderly man's crash is proof.
It's a perfect example showing you that there might be a chance that no one will respond. And it could be a matter of life or death.
It's not just medical calls. Jurisdictional confusion leads to delays with law enforcement, too.
Nobody wanted to respond.
At midday back in February, the suspected drunk driver collided with Mike Warner's truck in Albuquerque. The woman wouldn't pull over. Warner called 911 and followed the woman on the interstate.
She's weaving back and forth here, and she's doing 48 miles an hour, and she's barely keeping it between the lanes.
Warner stayed on the phone with dispatchers for several miles as the driver peeled off the freeway at Rio Bravo. That's in county territory. His call was transferred to another dispatcher.
Okay, sir. They're going to have Bernalillo County make contact with you, okay?
The suspected drunk driver finally pulled over. This is Warner's cell phone video that day. Dispatchers shuffled the call back and forth, debating whether city or county officers should take the call. It was like the dispatch version of a game of ping pong, and all the while, Warner waited.
He is complaining that he does not have any units there yet. He called over an hour ago because of all the units passing by. It is. And he's on the line. I'm going to transfer him now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we have an officer on the way.
Made multiple calls. I called every avenue I could. 242 cops, 911. I called Pound DWI. And on the phone with them, they told me there was no one in the area, and I watched 3 biked units drive by. Just shy of an hour before an officer arrived on the scene.
We conversed with Bernalillo County. They said they had the call, and so we disengaged our units. It should have been more clear, and we've taken steps to make sure that doesn't happen in the future.
The woman was arrested and charged with aggravated DWI. Even though city and county confusion happened on this call and the one in the North Valley, emergency managers say it doesn't happen often. County Fire Chief Frank Barca says this year's stats prove the county's agreement with the city works.
County went to city 520 times to closer unit, and the city went to the county about 213 times.
But the county fire union says until city and county dispatch have the same 911 computer system software and stop physically transferring calls to different operators, emergency calls will continue to be delayed.
The citizens of Bernalillo County and The city of Albuquerque deserved better.
On special assignment, Kim Holland, KRQE News 13.
The city and county tell us there have been some preliminary discussions about getting everyone on the same 911 computer system. Now, to see the agreement that Albuquerque and Bernalillo County have in place right now to get the closest units to respond, visit our website at krqe.com. We also have clips of 911 calls being transferred from city to county.